Right, so we have done slope. We can find slope by counting rise over run or doing change in y over change in x. And then we talked about slope dude. So let's talk about the intercepts. So finding intercepts. So an x-intercept, what does intercept mean? Just in regular terms. If police intercepts you, what does that mean? Stops you. The police stops you. So if we have an x-intercept, x, it's where it crosses the x-axis, kind of like a stop at the x-axis, but then it keeps on going, right? So intercept is point where line crosses x-axis. So x-intercept, it's where it crosses the x-axis. So what do you think a y-intercept is? Yep. Point where line crosses y-axis. So since it's an x-intercept, we're talking about a point. So the x-intercept will not just be a number, it's going to be a point. So points are written as xy, right? That's a point. So with your x-intercept, you're going to have a number for x and a 0 for y. You have a little graph, let's say it like that. Your x-intercept is right here. That means you went over a certain number, but you didn't go up and down any. So that's why the 0 is at y. X is some number because we go left and right on the x-axis. So that is your x-intercept. So then y-intercept is the opposite. So it has 0 on x and a number on y. I'll draw another little graph and do it up here just for fun. So the y-intercept would be where it crosses the y-axis. So it's right there. So a point that has 0 for x means it doesn't go left and right at all. It just goes up the y-axis. So that's why it's 0 for x and number for y. All right, so let's go on the inside. Let's look at these graphs, and we are going to find these 4 things, but we're not going to do it in this order. Number 1 is slope. Okay, we're going to skip the equation for now, and we'll come back to that. So for slope, in order to find slope, remember it says rise over run. So that means I just need 2 points to do rise over run. So let's find 2 points. Okay, so -3, -2, that's a point. 0, -1 is a point. And 3, 0 is a point. So we have 3 points. But we only need to do rise or run between 2 points. Okay, so let's start here. So we need to go from here to here. So we got to rise 1. I'm doing little jumps, so I'm showing that a jump is like this. Rise 1, run from here 1, 2, 3. So slope is m equals, yep, we rise. So I'm going to go ahead and rise on this first one. Rise 1 over run 3. So we're going to write m equals, and this is positive, negative. Which one is it? Positive. Slope, dude, is going uphill. Puff, puff, positive. So this is a positive 1 over 3. So go ahead and write it again. M equals 1/3. We're going to take off the rise and run now. Okay, and then the next thing is we're going to do number 2 being the x-intercept. So over here, we wrote the x-intercept as a number and 0 for y. And it's where it crosses the x-axis. So x-axis is right here. So where does it cross that x-axis? At 3. And we have to write it as a point. What point?
3, 0.
3, 0. Because you go left and right first with your x. X is 3. Y is 0. So if you're not sure how to write it, look back at this page. A number for x, 0 for y. Okay, and then y-intercept?
0, 1, 0, negative 1.
Yep, so it's on the y-axis. So we look down the y-axis and it crosses right here. 0, negative 1. Okay, and so that was your third thing. Okay, so the fourth thing is equation. Fourth task, I guess I should say. So let's look back at our notes for writing equations. We just wrote this down. Y equals mx plus b. Where m is the slope, b is the y-intercept. So this is written as y equals mx plus b. So we are just going to plug in for the m being your slope. And b being your y-intercept. So y equals, what is m? 1/3. X plus, what's b? Negative 1. Could I have written this without the plus? Actually, I could write y equals 1/3 x minus 1. These are the same thing. So how can we check to make sure we got the right slope and y-intercept in equation? Calculator. So everybody get their calculator out. So let's go to y equals. We're going to plug this in. So y equals, do the fraction, which is alpha y equals 1 over 3 x minus 1. Okay, so once you have that in, where do we go to see the graph?
Second.
Just graph. Okay, so let's look at these and compare them. How does it look? Beautiful. Can we check anything else besides the graph? Yes. What?
Table.
The table, yeah. Okay, so table. Oh. Okay, so 0, -1. It's so hard to see on here because of the 0, -1, and then 3, 0. So we got those 2 points for sure. Then this one, that was -3, -2. -3, -2. So we can just check a few points. Okay, do you have any questions on that one? No? Okay, so let's go to the next one. We're going to follow the same steps. We're going to do the slope, x-intercept, y-intercept, equation. So for the slope, what do you notice automatically whenever you look at this? It's negative. It's going downhill. So m equals negative. We know there's going to be a negative there. We need 2 points in order to find our slope. So 2, -1, yeah, that's a good one. 0, 3.
Or it could be 1.
Or 1, 1, yeah. Okay, so let's look at rise, which if you go from this point to this point, you're actually going to go down. -2. That's a -2. It looks kind of funny. Over 1. So that's why it's negative. Because you're going down and right. If we were going up and right, it'd be positive, but we went down and right. So that's a -2 over 1. Can I reduce that?
Yeah.
Yeah, m equals -2. Okay, x-intercept. Where does it cross the x-axis? It looks like it's about 1.5. Right now, we're not going to get the exact because we're just working on the beginning parts of this. It could be exactly 1.5. We're just not sure yet. So let's go ahead and put 0 is for y. X has -1.5. We could also put -1.5. Why'd I put negative? Nobody's gonna stop me there.
Sorry, you're teaching.
Hey, I make mistakes too. We all make mistakes. Thanks. All right. What about the y-intercept? Where's it cross on the y-axis?
3.
Yeah, 3 right here. So 0 for x, 3 for y. And now the equation, y equals mx plus b. We have the m, and the y-intercept is the b. So we have both parts, so now we can just write the equation. Y equals m negative 2 x plus b, so plus 3. And check it in the calculator. And somebody was showing me you hit trace, and you can also go along it to see the different points if you want. And then you can go to table to check your points. All right, so you're going to do these last two problems with your table right now, and then we'll check it. Y'all are going to work together with your table.